you guys. Okay, I have another mat Pilates session for you today. All right, today all you're gonna need is your Pilates circle or Pilates ring, okay? So grab that, have that ready. We are gonna start right off the top with it. You're gonna use it throughout the entire class. Okay, so we're gonna get real good use out of it, connecting to the deep abdominals a little bit better, getting the back involved. It's gonna be great, okay? All right, so stay with me. We're gonna get through the whole thing together. The class should be anywhere from 45 minutes to 50 minutes, okay? Including a little cool down at the end. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna bring those feet right underneath those hips. Okay, that ring is gonna come right around the outer side of the palm. Okay, so palm is on the inside, but the outer line or the back side of the palm is up against those squishy pads. Okay, we're gonna take that ring nice and long in front of the body. Arms are nice and straight, but elbows are soft. We're gonna exhale as we come into a squat. Arms are gonna come up and overhead. Okay, we're gonna pause there for a moment, and then we're gonna inhale as we glide all the way back up. Exhale, bending at the knees, reaching those sits bones back for the heels. Now with this ring, you should be able to really feel those shoulder blades move down your back. Okay, so I want you to imprint out on that ring. My biceps are lined up with my ears, and then I inhale as I come all the way back to start. Good, exhale, bending both knees, reaching those sits bones back, pull that belly button up and in, knees are behind my toes, and then inhale back up. Here we go, exhale. Inhale, reach it up, inner thighs work up into that low belly. Exhale, lower it down. Good, inhale, rise up. I'm gonna give you guys a side profile, keep it going. I want you to think about those ribs stacked over the hips. Okay, we wanna keep that alignment, we're not opening up the ribs. Inhale, back up, let's go for 4 more. Exhale, bending both knees, reaching those sits bones back. Keep all 10 toes on the floor, we're not just working through the heels. Last 3. Good, let's go for 2 more. Keep those shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades wrap the ribs, ribs are closed, ribs are stacked over those hips. Last 2. Moving nice and slow, we're coming up on some holds. All right, 1 more, gonna come back to that front view. Hold this squat. Okay, so now you've got that beautiful squat, reaching those sits bones back for the heels, ribs are stacked over the pelvis, knees are behind the toes, my eyes are on the floor, keeping the back line of my neck nice and long. From here, we're gonna alternate heel peels. So I'm gonna lift that right heel up, and I'm gonna set it down. I'm gonna pick my left, and I'm gonna set it down. So that inner thigh is recruited, spirals up towards the ceiling to pick up that heel. That heel is lifting straight up and down. My height is not changing. I am still imprinting into that ring from the back side of my palm. You should feel your back. Okay, that gets that back involved nicely. Good, keep those ribs stacked over the pelvis like Dixie cups. We don't want the front of the body to open up. Good, keep it going. Nice, smooth lift and lower. Now remember, every time we set that heel down, we don't just place it on the floor, we send it all the way through the floor. Good, keeping it here. We've got 4. Whew, last 3. It's getting warm. Last 2. All right, you guys, on the next one, we're gonna hold that right heel lifted. Let's draw that ring into the chest. Okay, you should still be imprinting out on that ring. From here, we're just gonna give a little pulse of those hips. Okay, so my left foot is flat, my right heel is lifted, so essentially we're pretty loaded on that left side. Still imprinting out on that ring, getting the back involved, belly buttons pulled up and in. Through my sitting bone, that left sitting bone is where I feel the broadening as I lower, and then that sitting bone narrows towards the middle of my body to pick me up. Okay, that's what's happening, that's your bone rhythms. We're here for 6. Last 5. Good, 4. Focus that intention on the center of that left glute. Last 3. Last 2. On your next one, hold it low. Still imprinting out on that ring. We're gonna inhale as we spiral from the waist and twist to the right. Exhale back to center. Inhale, left rib basket spirals towards that right inner thigh. And then we come all the way back. My right heel is still lifted up off the floor. Inhale, rotate from the waist. Exhale, bring it back to start. 4 more. Inhale, rotate. Give that vertebrae some space to twist. And coming back to start. Sink a little lower on that left side if you've started to rise up. Good. Inhale to twist. Exhale, back to start. 2 more. Inhale, rotate. Don't let those hips move. Exhale, back to start. Imprint out on that ring. Last one. Whew, but we have 2 legs. Bring it back to center. Let's set that right heel down. Let's peel that left heel up. Little pulse. Little pulse. Good. Right from the center of that right glute, that right sitting bone. It broadens to lower, away from the midline. Okay, and then it narrows towards the midline like a teepee. Okay, to pick us up. Good, so focus all of your movement right there at that sitting bone. Good, core is nice and tight, shoulders are away from the ears. Imprint out in that ring. Good, we've got 6. Last 5. Good, you've got 4. Good, all 10 toes are still on the floor, but my left heel is lifted. Last 2. Whew. On the next one, hold it low. My left heel is still up. Imprinting out on the ring. I'm going to inhale as I rotate to the left. Exhale, bring it back to start. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, back. I want you to think about those right ribs twisting towards that left inner thigh. Good, keeping it here. Woo, I feel that back, right? You should feel your shoulders and your back. Left leg's trembling a lot. Woo, let's go for 4 more. Inhale, rotate. Make sure you're staying nice and low on that right side. Last 3. Good, we've got 2. Embrace that shape because it's coming in strong, right? Last one. Woo! On the next one, hold it at center. Let's pick up our right heel to join the left. Let's take those arms all the way out. And now from there, we're going to rotate like we're steering the wheel of a car. Steer that wheel. So we're twisting the arm all the way from that humerus bone that plugs into the shoulder socket. Good. So you should feel those shoulder blades change in through the back. Good, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, keeping the ribs stacked over the hips. Sits bones are reaching back. Core is nice and tight. Press that big toe into the floor. Woo, we got 4. Good, last 3. Last 2. 1 more. Bring it back to center, set the heels down, and rise all the way up, guys. Shake it out, shake it out. All right, keep that ring though. Backside of the palms come back in that ring. I shouldn't have taken it off. Okay, hang those arms nice and low in front of the body. Okay, wrap those shoulder blades around the ribs. I have a little recovery here before we go into a single leg squat. Again. All right, so we're gonna inhale those arms up and overhead. Still imprinting out on that ring. We're gonna come into a roll down. So you're gonna exhale as you nod your chin to your chest. Rounding all the way down, drawing that belly button up underneath your lowest rib, coming down to the floor, and then on your inhale, we're gonna round and rolling through the spine. We're articulating the vertebrae all the way up to standing, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, nod the chin, round it down to the floor, imprint out on that ring so you feel your lats, you feel that shoulder working, and then inhale, rounding and stacking the spine. Bend those elbows, send those arms all the way up over the head. Now stay right here, we're gonna do some side bends. So keeping those legs nice and straight. We're gonna inhale, reach those fingertips up out of the waistline, and we're gonna reach up and over to the left. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, reach those fingertips away, up and over, lifting that waist up out of the pelvis to the right. Exhale, back to center. Here we go to the left again. Lifting up and over. Imagine something pointy or sharp underneath your waistline. You are lifting up and over that pointy object. So nice long length on both sides of the waistline. Let's go for 2 more. Inhale, fingertips reach up and away, lifting the waist out of the pelvis. Good, coming all the way back to start. Last time to the right. Inhale, up and over. And then exhale, bring it back and fold those arms down, guys. So good. All right, we're going to change the position of that ring a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to get a little bit more into the chest. Palms are going to come on the outside of the ring this time. Now we're going to be working through a single leg squat, so it's going to look like this. Both feet are starting just underneath those hips. Okay, we're going to find one squat. Okay, so we're going to press imprint into that ring. Exhale, bend those knees, reach those sitting bones back just like we started. Ribs are stacked over the pelvis, so the ribs are closed, belly button's pulled up and in. Hold that squat. Now my left leg's gonna stay where it's at, but I'm gonna shift my weight over onto that left side a bit so that that right leg can lift up and out. So my right leg is long, big toe is connected to the floor. I'm imprinting into that ring. Okay, so holding isometric hold on that left leg with that squat. Right leg is going to do a little semicircle, so it's going to sweep to the front, sweep it all the way around to the back, sweep it to the front, all the way around to the back. So we're gliding that femur bone around in through that hip socket. Okay, so lots of mobility here. Imprinting in on that ring is going to activate the chest. Activate that waistline nice and strong, and we're isometrically holding on that left side. Whew. It's going to get toasty fast. Let's go for 4 more sweeps. 4. Good. Last 3. We're working up on some holds. Good. Last 2. Okay, 1 more. Sweep it around. Imprinting on the ring, hold it back there. So all the way off the back of the hip, imprint on that ring a little bit more, and let's do a little mini arabesque with that right leg. So it's a little lift and lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. I'll turn to the side so you can see me. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Okay, so we're not going crazy high because I don't want you to shorten the low back. Okay, we're engaging the back line of the leg. That little glam line right underneath the glute is working to bring that leg up. Core is staying nice and tight and imprinting in on that ring. All right, we've got this for 4. Woo, last 3. 2. Last 1. Sweep that leg around to the side now. Now that leg is going to stay out to the side. I'm going to come back to that front view so you guys can see me. Okay, now that right leg, all right, we're going to bend it in and out. Little knee bend in, woo, and out. Don't lose your balance. Now we're going to add a little rotation through the waist. Okay, so as the knee pulls in, we're going to rotate towards it and then send it back out. Pull it in, rotate, and send it back out. Let's go for 4. Good. Last 3. Think about those left ribs, reading that right inner thigh. 2. Last 1. Woo, left leg, right? Send that toe back out. We're going to sweep that leg to the front. Externally rotate the right leg. So now the inner thigh and the inner line of the foot shine up. Imprint back on that ring. It's a little lift and lower. Lift, lower. Good, you're still holding that squat on that left side. I know you feel it, I do. Good, imprint on that ring. We're here for 6. Woo! 5. Last 4. 3. Last 2. Inner thigh is engaged. Woo, last 1. And bring it all the way back up. Shake out that left leg. All right, from here, keeping that ring is going to come back up and overhead. It's still between your palms. We're going to come into a kneeling position. So my right knee is going to come down to the floor, and then my left. And now I'm going to stand back up, starting with the left, and then the right. Now my left leg, step it down to my knee, right, left leg leads, bring it up. Right leg down, left leg follows, right leg up, left leg follows. Left leg down, right leg down, left leg up, right leg follows. Good, so we're stepping up and down from our knees, okay, upping that cardio just a little bit, imprinting on that ring. You should feel your back. Good. Right down, left, right brings us up. Whatever leg brings you down brings you back up. You're alternating that leading leg. Good. Let's go for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Keep imprinting in on that ring. Last 1. All the way up. Okay, we're gonna take it down. One last time we go down, we're gonna stay down there. Okay, we're gonna bring those arms down, and we're gonna reach those sits bones back. So now I'm hovering, side view, hovering over my heels. I'm imprinting in on that ring. Ribs are stacked over the pelvis, nice tight core. From here, I'm gonna inhale, open up the front of the hips, send the ring above the head, and then bring it back down. Reach our elbows back into the waist. Inhale, up and overhead, big lift, open up the hips, send the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, reach those sits bones back, draw the ring into the chest, send those elbows into the waist. Inhale, up and over, big lift. Exhale, reach it back. Good, we've got 4. Exhale, bring it back. So this is essentially a transition period because we're getting into the last 3. Keep imprinting in on that ring. Use those inner thighs to draw up into your low belly to rise. Last 2, so release that booty if it's gripping. Think about those inner thighs magnetizing towards one another. And lift. Good. Now, we're gonna bring it back down. I'm gonna turn and face you. But now my ring, okay, my ring is gonna come over to my right palm, and my left leg is gonna go out to the side. So now I'm on my right knee, left leg out to the side, my right palm on that ring, okay? Left arm is gonna reach up and overhead. So this is like a supported star position. From here, we're gonna rotate. So I've got a nice long diagonal down the left side. I'm gonna rotate my ribs. So my waist rotates, I'm rotating from the waist. My left hand is gonna join my right hand, and I'm gonna press the ring down 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Left hand comes back up, and I open up the chest. Good, squaring off to the front. Rotate from the waist. Think about those ribs, rotating towards the ring. Left hand joins the right. 1, 2, 3. Open it back up. Good. Rotate, twist, and spiral. Left ribs towards that right inner thigh. Press, press, press. Good. Open it back up. Let's go 4 more. Rotate, ring, press, press, press. Open that left arm back up. Open up that waistline. Good. Rotate. Last 3. Press, press, press. You should feel that waistline when you press. Good. Last 2. Press, press, press. Open it back up. Good. Last one. Rotating from the waist. Hips are quiet. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now we're going to open it back up. And now my left hand's going to grab that ring. Right hand's gonna come to the floor, and now I've got that ring in front of me. My right leg is gonna shoot out with my left. So my feet are in a staggered position. I'm in a side plank. All right, now my left palm is at the top of that squishy pad on that ring. From here, the ring is gonna press down while we do a little hip dip. Okay, so my hips are gonna go down just a bit, press the ring, and bring the hips back up. Dip the right hip bone towards the floor, press the ring. Engage that left waistline and bring it up. Dip, press the ring, and bring it back up. Dip, press the ring, bring it back up. Good, let's go for 6. Lift. Last 5. Good. Last 4. Lift. Last 3. Belly button's pulled up and in. Last 2. Good, and 1 more. Up. And set that right knee down, guys. Whoo, so good. All right, coming all the way down onto your right side. Right forearm is on the mat. That ring is gonna come right between the ankles. So right above that bony part of your ankle. It wants to be just above that. Now, my legs are in a parallel position. Okay, so I'm gonna stack my hips. Left hip right on top of the right. I'm gonna shift my right forearm so my right elbow is underneath my shoulder and I'm lifting up out of that shoulder. Now from here, we're gonna squeeze the ring, okay? But I don't want it to come from just your ankle and your feet. Okay, I want it to come from your low belly and your inner thigh. All right, so I want you to think all the way up at that starting point. We're gonna exhale as we squeeze the ring. Notice it wasn't just my feet that moved in. It's coming from all the way up here, my low belly and inner thigh. And release. Press. Inhale, release. Exhale, press. Inhale, release. Good. Press. Inhale, release. Control the squeeze and then slowly release it. Control and then release. All right, let's go for 3 more. We're gonna add a little lift in here. Last 2. 1 more. All right, now when you're released, we're gonna hold it here, but we're gonna lift both legs. They are not gonna go far because our hips are stacked. We're not rolled back. We're gonna lift from the top of that left hip. Both legs come off the floor just an inch. Lower, press the ring 3 times. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good, now lift. Lift, lower. From the inner thighs, low belly, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Engage the core, engage that waistline, bring it up. Lower, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lift, let's go 4 more just like that. 1, 2, 3, big lift. Not big, not actually big, but I want you to think big. 1, 2, 3, let's lift it. 1, 2, 3, last one. Lift, lower, press the ring, inner thighs, low belly engage. Last squeeze. Good. Now, from here, what's next? Because I don't want to forget anything. All right, we're gonna roll into a teaser position. So staying with the ring like it is right now. Okay, we're gonna roll onto both sitting bones, bend the knees in, reach for those toes, and then roll it back to your side. Okay, right forearm is down. Roll onto both sitting bones. You're rolling to the left. Knees pull in so those thighs come close to the chest. And then we roll it back to that right side. Stack the hips. Okay, good. We have a light hold, imprinting on that ring. Good, and then bring it back. Good. Roll onto both sitting bones. Draw those thighs close to the chest. Bring it back. Good. Roll and lift. Bring it back. Let's go for 4 more. Roll and lift. Good. Bring that chest up. Good. Last 3. Inner thighs squeeze, lift up with that low belly, out of that low back. Last 2. Good, you guys, you know we're coming on a hold. Good, last one, because we're gonna hold this teaser. Roll and hold. Okay, both legs are bent now. We're reaching our fingers long. I want you to raise those arms just a little bit, and then my legs are gonna unfold, and bend again. Unfold, reach them long, and bend them back. Good, reach, woo, and bend. Reach, and bend. Good, let's go. We got this. For 4, those femur bones sink into the hip every time we bend those legs. 3, good, last 2, and let's go 1 more. Bend those knees, good, and set the feet down. We're not going to go far, set your feet down. I'm going to move back on my mat. Take the ring between your palms now, and we're going to come into a roll down. So we're going to roll all the way down into that supine position on the mat. Arms are up and overhead. We're going to lengthen out both legs so they're nice and long. Okay, those legs can be in a closed parallel position. We're going to exhale. Nod the chin to the chest, round and roll, lifting, engaging the core, all the way up to the top. We're going to bring that ring up and overhead for that nice tall posture. Reaching the crown of the head away from those sitting bones. Good, exhale. Or sorry, I should say inhale. We're going to inhale all the way down. Slowly curling from the tailbone, the low back, the mid back, bringing it all the way down to the mat. Find that neutral spine, little lift in the low back. And then we're going to exhale, nod that chin, round, engage the core. Bring it all the way up, lift that ring up and overhead. Nice tall posture again. You're imprinting in on that ring to feel the back light up, shoulder blades down around the ribs. Those arms live in the back. That's where we want to put them. Good, that ring is going to help us today on reminding ourselves that's where they belong. Exhale, nod the chin, starting to curl from the base of the skull all the way up to a seated position, rolling onto the tips of those sitting bones. Arms come up and overhead, shoulder blades wrap the ribs. Inhale, curl that tailbone underneath you, roll that low back, that mid back, that upper back, all the way down. Let's go for 2 more. Exhale, nod the chin, scoop the belly up and in, round and roll it up, lifting those arms up and overhead, all the way down with control. Good, you guys, all the way down to the mat. Find that neutral spine before you take it back up. Exhale, nod the chin, round and curl. Lift it all the way up, nice tall posture on the tips of those sitting bones. Now, we're going to roll it halfway. So, we're going to scoop the tailbone underneath the body, low back curls, mid back starts to curl, and we hold. All right, from here, we're going to keep the legs long, but those arms, now the ring is going to move. We're going to shift and tap the ring to the right, bring it all the way to center, tap the ring to the left, bring it back to center. Twist and rotate from the waist, tap the ring, bring it back to center. Twist and rotate to the left, tap the ring, bring it back to center. Pull that belly button up and in, okay? It's kind of like a Russian twist, okay? You've heard about in other modalities. We're twisting that torso, rib basket spirals. Good. Keep it going. You should feel those transverse abdominal muscles. Lots here. Good. We got 6 after this one. Here we go. We're here for 6. Woo. 5. Good, you guys. Last 4. You've got 3. We're not done. Good. Last 2. Woo. Last 1. Good. On your next one, you're going to hold it right here. But now we're going to take that right leg and we're going to bring the ball of the foot against one of the squishy pads in that ring. All right, so now both hands are on the ring. I'm going to draw that thigh close to the chest. I'm still in that half curled position. All right, from here, my left hand is going to keep holding that ring. My right arm is going to go long. So now we're working on that diagonal sling. Left shoulder to right inner thigh. From here, I'm going to tap the ring with my left leg 3 times. So it's a lift, tap, and down. Lift, tap, and down. Engaging that left psoas muscle. Lift, tap, and down. Now on the next one, we're going to hold it up there, and I'm going to take a little roll. So I'm going to roll and massage the spine, engage, bring it up, hold, tap, 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 roll it back down, bring it up. 1, 2, 3, roll, bring it up, engage that left psoas muscle, tap, tap, tap. Good, let's go for 3 more, just like this, massaging the spine, keeping that right shin parallel with the floor. Tap, 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 roll it back, bring it up, hold, engage that core, I'm on my sitting bones, tap, tap, tap. 1 more, roll it back, bring it up, hold, shin is parallel with the floor. Let's bring that kneecap in to sink that femur bone into the hip. Tap, good, tap, and tap, hold it there. Now we're gonna take that ring between the hands at the chest, both legs are long, squeeze the ring, we're in that teaser, little scissor kicks right here. Good, inner thighs brush by each other. I want you to hold it nice and tight. I know it's getting hard to hold this position, but stay with me. Those inner thighs, they just bypass each other. Give that ring a little squeeze to help engage the right and left waistline. We're here for 6. Woo, last 5. You've got 4, last 3, last 2. Hold it here 1 more time. Let's take that left toes into that squishy pad. Let's engage on that ring. So roll those shoulder blades down and around the ribs. Okay, my left knee is over that hip. Right hand stays engaged on that ring. Left arm comes out, has a nice reach. We're gonna lower that right leg. We're gonna lift and tap the ring and lower. Lift and tap, lower. Lift and tap. Good. So once you've got that down, okay, we've got that diagonal sling connection. Right shoulder connected to that left inner thigh. My left shin is parallel to the floor. On your next tap, we're gonna roll it back, engage, lift, hold, lower the leg, tap, 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 roll it back, bring it up, lower the leg, tap, 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 engaging that right psoas, roll it back, bring it up, leg is lowered here, bring it up, 2, 3, roll again, we've got 3 more rolls right here, 1, 2, 3, roll it back, bring it up, engage the core, lift the chest, 1, 2, 3, last roll, bring it back, engage, lift, hold, roll those shoulder blades down the back, lower the leg, 1, 2, 3, good. From here, we're gonna lower that right leg down, we're gonna release the left leg, and now we're gonna roll onto we're gonna roll into that teaser. So, we gotta bring that ring back between the ankle. Okay, I know that core is tired. I want you to find that bent teaser position because we're reversing all of this now. From here, you're gonna roll onto your left side, left forearm connects to the floor. I'm gonna get back on my mat. You might have to make that adjustment too. And then from here, we're gonna roll both sitting bones to the floor, bent teaser, okay? Rolling to the left, left forearm connects to the floor. We stack the hips, open up the front of the body, and then we roll onto our sitting bones, bend those knees, bring them up to the chest. Roll it to the left. Stack your hips, lift up out of that shoulder. From here, bring both sitting bones down, reach and lift it up. Good, roll. We're circling around, so that was our halfway point. Okay guys, we're going on all that on the other side. Good, stack those hips. Bring it back. Thighs come close to the chest. Roll. Good, let's go for 2 more, since we've been here a little longer than I planned. Good, roll. Last one, bring it into that bent teaser. Good, roll it to your left side. Hold it here. Now from here, we remember, we're just going to squeeze the ring, but it's going to come from the upper inner thighs and that low belly, not just the ankle. So control that squeeze. It's a squeeze, 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 and let's take that lift. lift those legs off the floor. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze all the way up from the top, and then we're going to lift. It's not going to be big because we're not rolling back on our hips. Okay, stay lifted out of that left shoulder. Squeeze, 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 lift, engaging that right waistline, engaging the top of the right hip. Squeeze, 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 big lift. It's not big, right, but we're thinking big. You're also propped up on this forearm, so it's not going to be as big as it would be if you were lying down on your left side. Lift and lower, so the mobility is not as great right now because we're already lifted. Up. Let's go for 4 more. Inner thighs, inner thighs, inner thighs, hip. Inner thighs, inner thighs, inner thighs. Lift. Good. Last 2. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lift. Last 1. Squeeze, squeeze. Woo, squeeze, almost lost it there. Lift and bring it down. All right, let's take that ring away from the ankle. Now that ring is going to come in front of the chest. Okay, so we've got that side plank coming. We're going to come up onto our left palm and bring ourselves all the way up into that nice side plank. I got that ring right in front of me. My right palm is at the top, or on the top squishy pad of that ring. I'm going to go for those hip dips. So that left hip is going to lower as I depress the ring, and then I'm going to engage the right waistline and bring it back up. Lower, press the ring, bring it back up. Good, so my feet are staggered for a little more base of support. You can always stack those feet a little bit more aggressive. Dip, and up. Good, bring it down, press the ring, just a little dip through that waistline, and lift. Good, lower, and lift. Let's go for 6. 6, whoo. 5, good. Last 4. You've got 3. Good. Last 2. And 1 more. Up. And bring it all the way down. All right, we're going to come into that supported star. So I'm going to keep facing this direction so you can get another point of view. That left palm is going to take that ring now. My left knee is down. My right leg is out. All right? From here, I'm going to take that right arm up and over my head. Okay, so I have that nice long diagonal line down the right side of the body. From here, we're going to rotate the waistline to face the ring. So I'm going to rotate, face that squishy pad. Right hand joins the left. And it's a press, press, press. Open up that right side. Good, rotating ribs, twist. Right hand joins the left. Press on the ring. 2, 3. Open up that right side. Good, bring it around, twist. Press, press, press. Reach that arm up and around. Good, twist from that waist. I want you to really focus on that waist twisting like a bottle cap. Okay, hips stay quiet. Your right leg doesn't move. It stays nice and long and it stays in parallel. The twist is coming from the waist. Press, press, press. Good, lengthen out that right arm. Open, we've got 3 more. Twist, press, press, press. Good, open it up. Last 2. Twisting from the waist. Right ribs towards that ring. Press, press, press. Lengthen that right arm back out. Open it up. Last 1. Twist, big twist. Nothing changes with the legs and the pelvis. Press, press, press. Open it all the way back up. And come all the way back to a kneeling position. Now I am going to turn and face you, but you stay in your kneeling position. I just want you to see me from the front now. We're going to come back into those hip thrusts. So arms or hands are imprinting on the side of the ring. Knees are 4 inches apart. We're going to reach those hips back, those sitting bones, reach for our heels. And on the inhale, we're going to use those inner thighs to lift up into the pelvic floor and the low belly. Arms come up and overhead, shoulder blades wrap the ribs. Exhale, reach those sitting bones back. Draw that belly button up and in. The low back is nice and flat. Inhale, press into the ring. Inner thighs lift you up. We recruit that pelvic floor up and into the belly button. Exhale, reach it back. So we're not gripping the booty here. I want you to think about those inner thighs magnetizing towards one another to lift you. Let's go for 6 more. Reach those sitting bones back. Inner thighs magnetize. Pelvic floor is recruited to lift up into that low belly. Imprint on that ring. Last 5. Reach those sitting bones back. Lift it up and in. Good. Last 4. There should be a little trembly here. Listen to my cues. They're going to help you engage the right parts of your body. We want that core involved the whole time. Exhale. Bring it back. Reach the sitting bones long. Ribs are stacked over the hips like a Dixie cup. So we don't want them to open. Open it back up. Good. Last 3. Reach, 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 reach. Good. Press on that ring. Inhale. Lift it up. Good. Last 2. Sitting bones reach back. Belly buttons up and in. Ribs are over the pelvis. Inhale. Lift it up. And last 1. Exhale. Sitting bones reach back. Good. Inhale. Press into that ring. Lift up. Good. Now we're going to start to stand. Arms are going to stay up and overhead. We're going to stand up. Good. And kneel it back down. Same as we did before. Left leg leads. Good. Left leg steps us down. Right leg leads. Right leg steps us down. Good. So we're transitioning back into that standing position. Okay. And this is just getting us there with a little extra cardio. Good. Good. Keep it going. We've got 4 more. Right leg leads. Step all the way up to straight legs. Right leg steps us down. Left leg leads. Left leg steps us down. Right side, still imprinting on that ring. I feel my waistline. Good, this is our last one. Left leg steps us up. Left leg steps us down. Right leg steps us up. We stay up now. Good, arms can come down to the chest. We're gonna keep our hands on the side of the ring because we're gonna come into that single leg squat work. So feet are underneath the hips, okay? We're gonna find that one last beautiful squat. Okay, so reach those sitting bones back, knees bend, torso tilts to keep the ribs over the pelvis. We don't want to shorten the low back. From here, all 10 toes are down. My right leg is going to stay heavy. Shift my weight slightly to the right so that that left leg can sweep out to the side. Whew, here we go. Left leg, sweep, semicircle sweeps to the front, all the way to the back. Sweep it to the front and sweep it to the back. So we're balancing on that right side. I'm in that isometric squat. On the right, I am squeezing on the ring to activate the chest, keeping my collarbones wide. Okay, we want those shoulders away from the ears. My torso has that natural tilt, keeping the ribs stacked over the pelvis. Whoo, keep that little sweep going. Very nice. We could have used sliders here, but I thought that would be too easy today, so we just took it up a little bit. Here we go. We got 4 more sweeps. Woo, hold your balance. I was losing mine. Stay connected to the midline by squeezing on that ring. Last 3. Woo. Last 2. All right, you guys. On the next one, we're going to start to hold that leg back there. Squeeze on the ring. Now we're going to do that little mini arabesque. So, engaging that glam line, we're going to lift the leg and lower. It's a lift and a lower. It's not big, it's little. Okay, it doesn't have to be big. I don't want you to shorten the low back. I don't want anything to change on your right side. Okay, press into that ring. Good, little lift and little lower. Right quad is already feeling it big time. Yes, it is. Woo! All right, we got 6. Last 5. Good, you've got 4, 3, last 2. Stay bent on that right side. I know it's easy to come out of it. On the next one, we're going to sweep that leg to the side. Little knee pull. So knee bends in and out. In and out. We're going to add that twist through the waistline. So we're going to twist and out. Maybe the knee taps the ring and bring it out. release for 4. Woo. 3. Last 2. Whew, I was losing my balance there. Last 1. Good. Squeeze that ring. Shift that left leg to the front. Rotate to external rotation, all right? So inner thigh, inner line of the foot, shine up. It's a lift and a lower. A lift and a lower. Right leg is still in that isometric squat. And I know it doesn't want to be, but we're almost done. Hold it here for 6. Woo! For 5. Last 4. 3. 2. Last 1. And bring it all the way up. Shake out that right leg. All right, last thing. This is our little finisher. Okay, typically in Pilates you don't hear the word finisher, but we are doing that today. So we're going to be in a squat because I just love squats today. So that's what we're doing. All right, so we're going to find a squat, but this time we're going to add a little hop. So it's going to look like this. Take your squat a little bit wider, more like shoulder width apart. You're going to find that squat, and we're going to bend over, set that ring down, hop up, and grab that ring. Find your squat. Good. Set the ring down, hop, find your ring, lift the chest. Good. Put it down, hop, find your ring, bring it up. Good. So that ring, just a prop right now. I don't want you to add any squeeze, not yet. That'll come. It's just a little piece of equipment, something fun to grab in between these little hops. Good. Reach it. Oh, sorry, not reach it up. Set it down. Reach your arms up for that hop. Ring to chest. Down and up. Good. And in. Down, hop. Pick up the ring and in. For 6. Good, you guys. For 5. We're almost there. Good. Woo. Last 4. Last 3. Nice deep squat. Good. Last 2. Good. Keep it going. Last 1. Bring it in. Down and hop. Grab that ring. Hold your squat. Hold and pulse the squat. Little pulse. Little pulse. Good. You got this. I know the quads feel it. Good. We're imprinting in on the ring now with the heels of the hand. We're here for 6. For 5. Last 4. Woo, you got 3. Last 2. Hold your squat right here. Squeeze that ring. Now I don't want you to squeeze the ring with just your hands. I want you to find your back and use your back to squeeze in on that ring. Find the chest. Good. Shoulders stay away from the ears. Core is nice and tight. Reaching those sitting bones back for the heels. Ribs are stacked over that pelvis for 8. Good. 7, 6, 5, woo, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. And bring it all the way up, guys. Woo, we are done. We are done. Time to stretch. All right, so set that ring down. We're not going to use the ring for stretching. This is the one time we'll just let it go, okay? You're going to bring those feet together in a closed parallel position. We're going to reach those arms up and overhead. Okay, those hands are going to come together. We're going to round down towards the floor. Nice little roll down. Diving down, hold it down there. We've scooped that belly button up and in underneath our lowest rib. Take those arms around the back of the legs. And let's bring those arms up and around the back. Nice big stretch through the shoulder. Good, releasing that there. We work the shoulders and the back and the chest. Knees are soft. Let's bring the arms down. Bring them back to the front of the body. Knees stay soft as we round and roll it all the way up. Arms come up and overhead. Exhale, nod your chin, round it down again. Finding the floor. Bring those arms up and around the back. Interlacing the fingers, nice engagement of the shoulder. Stretching it out. Good, bringing those arms back down, back to the front of the body. Knees stay soft as you stack the spine all the way back up to standing. Whew. All right, we're gonna come down to the floor. So come all the way down, I'm gonna side face you. My knees are gonna come the width of the mat. for a nice child's pose. So really reach those hips back and down. Lay those shoulders towards the floor, really press so that you get a nice stretch through the shoulder as well. Good, and then 2 big breaths right here. Big inhale, expanding the ribs towards the sides of the room. Exhale, contract the ribs back in. Big inhale. Good. All right, on the next one, we're gonna come into a Cobra. So those forearms are gonna stay down on the floor. We're gonna bring those tops of the quads down on the floor, legs are together. Okay, and from here, we're gonna look up in front of us and stretch that way, opening up the anterior core. Okay, now if you wanna come up onto your hands, you're gonna step one hand, one palm at a time. Fingers are nice and wide, and you can press it up from there and really get a nice big stretch through the front side of the body. Looking up at the ceiling. Good, you're here for 6. Last 5. For 4. Last 3. 2. Good, bringing it back down nice and slow to the mat. Now we're gonna press back up into that child's pose position. Okay, but this time we're gonna take the right leg in front for pigeon stretch. So right leg's gonna come down in front of the body. Inner thigh's gonna face up towards the ceiling, knees. Okay, my left quad is going to stay connected to the mat. So I'm sitting down through that right hip. Okay, now once I'm in this position, if this is enough of a stretch for you, you stay right here with your chest lifted. If you'd like to walk those hands out in front and bring your chest down to the inner part of that right leg, go ahead and do that nice deep stretch here. Good, keeping the top of the left leg connected to the floor. You're here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good, walk those hands all the way back in. Let's switch out those legs. So right knee comes back under the body, left leg comes out in front for that pigeon stretch. So we're working that left inner thigh shines up towards the ceiling. Okay, outside of that left hip to the floor, right quad on the mat. All right, toes facing down. If you want to keep your chest lifted, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, walk those hands all the way out to get that chest down towards that left leg. And just breathe right here. Every exhale, use that to allow yourself to stretch a little deeper. You're here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good, walk those hands all the way back in. Let's come back to our feet. Staying down over those bent legs. Knees are gonna stay nice and soft. My feet are right underneath those hips. And I'm gonna round and stack the spine, just like building blocks, rolling all the way up, keeping the tailbone heavy towards the floor, keeping the core engaged. Head, neck, and shoulders are the last thing to peel up. And you guys are all set. Thank you for joining me once again for another Mat Pilates workout. I love to hear what you think about these videos. Anything you're missing, anything you want to see, anything you just absolutely love. All those comments are great and they help me give you more videos going forward. So don't be afraid. I love the comments. I reply to everyone. So just put your comments below the video. I'm always happy to hear them. You can always message me on Instagram as well. It is also JessPFit, just like it is on YouTube. So it's easy to find me. And make sure you hit subscribe. That way every week when new videos are released, you'll get a notification and you won't miss any. All right? I will see you next time.